So according to your story, this is a saucer story.
Yep.
2 companies in the fray. Raw IC basically
Yeah.
project 300 million ringgit.
There could be other players.
There could be other players, right? But then you know of 2, right?
Yeah.
So Datasonic is the other one. Iris is this one.
Yep.
So basically, this is their core business still.
They're going
right?
back to their core business.
Okay. So what does that mean?
Basically, now they've got new shareholders.
Yeah.
So new shareholders believe in this, their old business.
Okay.
So earlier, what they tried to diversify and all, like I think it didn't work out lah. And God knows why they did it lah. You know?
They were doing some hydro agriculture.
Yeah,
They're doing
yeah.
some housing in Papua New Guinea. There's some
mining even.
weird stuff,
Yeah,
right?
they're
in
looking
Africa.
to sell all that. I think they've sold a lot of their stuff. Education also they've sold. I
Okay.
think.
So you've got this new CEO, right? Shaiful Subhan, right? What's he like?
I've never met him. I've asked for an interview. I should get one
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
But the guys backing them are pretty strong. There's Paul Po, there's new Robin Tan, Vincent
Okay.
Tan's son is there,
Okay.
substantial shareholder.
Yeah. So Paul Po is 15.7%. He's
Yep.
Datuk Paul Po, formerly of Hong Leong. Now I think left the company. He was Craig Ling Chan's right-hand man for a little while. And then Robin Tan is Bajaya's, Vincent Tan's eldest son,
Yep.
right? So what do these guys also signify for the counter?
I think Paul Po brings the entrepreneurship probably. I don't know how active he is in the company though. But it'll be interesting to see because I think he went into a few oil and gas companies. It didn't do too well.
Okay.
So this one was in the limelight because Felda came in as well.
Right.
I think about the same time, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. But everyone looks to him now. When you say his name, it's like, yeah, he's going to do something at Iris, you know.
Correct. So he and I think also the creator guy, Bramal, kind of like some of those individual investors that bring a certain shine to the stock. The names of these guys are not your old Felda, your Tan Se Jim, your MCA kind of like political affiliation. These guys are more like market people. Right?
Yeah.
So
You're right.
what does this mean for the market? Does this mean the turning of a corner for Iris?
He says yes, according to the AGM.
Yeah.
He says they're going to turn the corner.
So I guess what investors want to know, people, because Iris is a retail counter, right? Very heavily traded, typically very heavily traded. In the past, also have some connections to the speculators and the market guys.
You've got to understand, there's no downside. How many cents is it? So you
It's
go
16
in,
cents.
Yeah, there's not much downside, no?
Yeah.
So why you can go in, you can take a risk, you go in, but how much is it going to fall?
Yeah.
You know, it's already so low. So that's the appeal of Iris, not anything else, you know.
So how does the coverage of this counter go for you going ahead?
I have to see them, ask them, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, at 16 cents, you don't know, don't know how bad it can get or how good it can go even.
Yeah.
But Iris, they promised a lot in the past. I don't think they delivered. There were a lot of strange decisions, I think.
Yeah.
But they're in something like 30 over countries, you know.
Yeah. But I think the core business is still Malaysia. Most of the top line is still done in Malaysia.
No, I think not. Because they lost the contracts to Datasonic.
Yeah.
This, I think, in about 2010 or thereabouts.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was mostly from abroad lah.
Okay. So from a reader, I'm a reader of the Edge, right? I buy it all the time. I noticed that in the past few months, not even weeks, months, there's been very few corporate developments, very few corporate transactions. This is one of the few, kind of like large-ish ones that have emerged into the public limelight. Does this spell the return of the retail counter, interest in retail counters?
No, bro, this is just it's one-off.
Yeah.
And what is interesting is it's 300 million.
Yeah.
Margins are good, about 20%.
Yes, right.
So for a company like Iris, you imagine 20% of 300 million.
Yeah.
It's okay lah. You know, you can break it down. It's quite good lah.
It's about 6 million, right? So
more
60
than
million,
that,
yeah.
Yeah.
So they've talked about how this will be a turnaround year for them.
Yeah. And so I don't know how confident they are.
Yeah.
They usually, this kind of contracts, there is some kind of political pull as well.
Yes, there's some kind of speculative element as well.
There usually is. You know?
Yeah,
I mean, when the stock is 16 cents, there's no downside.
Yeah.
And the other thing is TA used to cover them. They stopped recently in May.
Yeah.
So I don't know many people who know about the company even. But I'm trying to get a meeting lah with them.
Yeah. What about Datuk Rosabil? He's got 11% in the company. What do you know about him?
He's UMNO link lah.
Okay.
He's UMNO Perlis.
I see. Okay, so there's still a little
Destiny,
bit of that.
you know,
Destiny is still there.
He was brought in to save TH Heavy Engineering.
Okay.
He's quite well, used to be very well connected lah. Now I wouldn't know lah, you know.
So by and large, these guys are major players, but they're still kind of like a little bit linked to the establishment kind of thing.
They're big names.
Yeah.
Rosabil was a big name. Even now, he's quite known, but he's with the old administration.
Yeah,
Paul Po is Kwek Leng Chan.
Quite a chance, but still a young guy, young-ish.
45.
Yeah.
And I mean, Iris is a name that we all know. It's been around, but it's always been linked to Tan Sejim.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to change that or whether it's good or bad or what. But if they get this, it'll be good for them. It's been a long time since they've won anything here.
Okay, just one more thing. Back in the day, I think in the mid 2000s, 2007, 2006, Iris went up to as much as 1 ringgit 20 per share, right?
Yeah.
It was very much a syndicate-driven counter, right? I think Repco now was involved as well.
Yep.
There's all that legacy behind it. Did you get the sense that they're kind of trying to get rid of that, or some kind of like rename or rebrand kind of thing going on?
I think they need to, because Iris is a household name.
Yeah.
So you'd have to start all over again.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't even remember what happened then. There's only guys like you and me who know.
Correct.
The younger sect don't know what.
For more on this story, pick up a copy of The Edge Weekly at all good newsstands.